Chuck working the fuck up bar. Oh, tell me about it. Anyway, that was so much fun to have Melendor on there. Guys, huge round of applause to Melendor. I think he does have an Instagram and Twitter, so I guess if anyone's got his links, if you can put in
He
the
does,
chat.
yes, because he posts his Warhammer paintings that he's been doing recently.
Yeah, so make sure to follow Melendor so that way you can keep up to date with him. I hope he does become a successful voice actor. Like, I really hope it does take off, because I actually genuinely think he has the potential. He has that voice that you could easily use for a fantasy set piece, and I don't think there's enough Australians in that voice acting scene, because he doesn't have that "g'day fucking cunt" Australian voice. Like, he's a normal voice, so it'd be good. Oh, thank you, Dragon Duff, for putting Melendor's Twitter right there.
So, what stood out from you from what Melendor said?
Some of the feelings, man. I really liked, honestly, when he said, when he went from Dark Souls to another game and none of the viewers followed, and then he said he had like a couple of viewers that he actually liked and they didn't come back. I go through that a lot, but I've often told people, like, when you play Dark Souls, Hollow Knight,
DD,
Darkest Dungeon, fuck, I don't know what other shit there is out there. Those games have a very dedicated fan base who are very obsessive and passionate, who almost kind of ritualously, in a horrible trance kind of way, only watch those games specifically, and they're almost not people. They're almost just like a robot that just goes through the motions. And I was like, I don't know if you guys who watch me play Hollow Knight, but I was purposely trolling the Hollow Knight community. Like, anyone that came and followed was like, "Oh, you're gonna leave me as soon as Hollow Knight's done?" Like, I'd say that to people because I was just like, "Fuck them." I couldn't give a shit. Even one guy like, "No, I'll stick around," and he followed me. Like, he watched me play the next game because it was bug favors. He's like, "This is boring. It's not Hollow Knight," and just disappears. Like, fuck him. Hollow Knight fans are fucking wankers. Nothing wrong with fandoms. There is fanboyism is one of the worst things in the world. I 100% disagree with you, Rog. Fanboyism is a cancer in the society.
Yeah, that stuck out to me as well. Was the thing that stuck out to me was exactly that. It was he was able to articulate just kind of how much of a mental drag it can be to not get a success. And that's part of the reason why my scrub of the day was affiliate pushers, was because it gives you an artificial sense of success that's very short-lived and is not actually reflective of your ability to be a streamer or your content. I think while I understand that it's done for the right reasons, you know what I mean? It's also, I feel like it doesn't necessarily help the person. Let me give you an example of someone that got that early in their streaming career, and was one of the rare people that was actually a good streamer from the very beginning. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Reptar,
exactly. Reptar, and he decided to stop as well because he's got other things he's focusing on. He is one of the few people I've ever seen that got that kind of affiliate early push, and I tuned in, and he was worth watching from the very beginning.
It was fun.
And how many people, when you go to a channel through Twitter or Raid or a campaign of some kind, where people are like, oh, this person's pushing for affiliate, let's help them get affiliate. You go there, you give them that follow so they get above 50. You stick around to get their average viewer up, but you don't actually watch them again after that. It's just, I'm not a big fan of it, honestly.
Oh, Battlemoth, no. Lurkers are fine. We're talking about a different concept. Battlemoth, this is a...
Yeah.
We should call them a different name. Lurkers and fuckheads. How do we call them?
Yeah. We'll call them Furkers.
Yeah, the F stands for fucking lurkers, like the shit ones.
Yeah.
Now, Battlemoth, you're fine. There's a difference.
Shirkers.
There's a difference between people who lurk because they're watching and, I don't know, they're doing something or whatever, and then you got people who are lurking because they want to get a view for view situation.
Yeah.
That's the difference, Balmoth. You are not. We're not talking about you. Not talking about you at all.
Should we just really? I feel like we have to clarify this every time.
Yeah, I know. It's so annoying.
And everyone gets very defensive about it.
Yeah, I know.
Which I think is more self-reflective than it is calling us us negatively talking about it.
Call them slimes. Yeah, you know what? Call them ink slimes.
We'll call them slimes. Basically, imagine you pull up 4 streams because that's the maximum you can have per IP. You go into each stream and all you do is say hello and then exclamation point lurk. You turn down the volume so that you can barely hear 3 of them and only watch 1. And this is kind of a caveat to this. The 3 that you're not watching aren't very good and you wouldn't otherwise watch them. That's what we're talking about.
If you're lurking someone for the sake of giving them pity
numbers.
That's not a lurk. If you're lurking because you like that person and you just can't watch at the time, or you're just doing something else, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should film ourselves saying this so we could press a button so we don't have to repeat ourselves saying it.
I know. But so what we're going to do right now is I'm going to bring up some questions that we got in the Discords, because I put this out early yesterday and then we put it out again today. Today's podcast is pretty much community driven as far as questions that you guys had when it comes to streaming. Okay? So, let's see. I'll go into yours first, Fox.
Sorry, just give me a second. Broken Crow, my first 50 followers, how many still watch me? Prisma.
None.
Joseph True. And, what's his name? Oh, that guy that lives in Okinawa in Japan. Oh, fuck for his name. Hasn't been in for like a month, but he watches those 3 people, that's it. Oh, and a certain person that used to say yum yum yum. He was one of my 50 followers as well. Not anymore though.
So Naomi, you said I do try my best to be part of streams, but at times I can't and I always feel bad. Don't feel bad then.
Don't feel bad.
I think a lot of the defensiveness when it comes to lurking is people themselves feeling bad about lurking.
Stop feeling guilt.
So either stop feeling that way, honestly, or don't lurk. You know what I mean? Either lurk and try to get over it, or don't lurk if you don't really want to. You know? All right. Blaziken asked a bunch of really good questions. So, thoughts on the possibility of 8K streaming in the next 5 years? Not necessary. We barely can do 1080.
No.
We can barely do 1080 60p. It's not necessary. Current generation on streaming and experiences of any view. I'm not sure what that reference is. Do you know what that reference is? Current generation on streaming and experiences of any view.
No,
I'm not sure. Oversaturation in quality versus quantity of streamers in any platform.
Yeah, there's a lot of crap. Like, way too much crap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why we're trying to, like, promote people to either get good or don't stream type of thing. Because most people probably could, in theory, stream, but they just don't put the effort into creating an identity or something, or trying to make it fun.
Here's the thing, like...
How you doing, Brock, by the way? So he's drifted into the corner just then. And I'm going to read out your comment in a second, Ichiro Hakubi.
One of the things that I've seen from Twitch with regard to, like, when they look at partner applications, and this comes from Twitch themselves, is they seek an identifiable community and personality when they're looking for partners. They're looking for something that they can, like, tagline, elevator pitch, to put a check mark next to. And that's something you should be thinking about if you're going to stream from the very beginning. That doesn't mean that what you start with you have to stick with, but that's something that you have to constantly be thinking about.
What's my identity?
You have to be Retro King Cunt.
Yours is delightful person who has the best special effects on Twitch.
Yeah.
Ichiro Hakubi, I want to read out your comment. I give people a chance by following and checking out their streams at a time. If they don't interest me, I unfollow. I guess people don't like to feel like the bad guy. I like your mentality there, because you had the mentality of, I'm going to give this person a try, because maybe the first stream might be shit, maybe they're having a bad day, I'm going to watch a couple of times. Oh, they're shit? Alright, I'll unfollow. No, I like this guy, I'll stay. I like that. I think people need to do it a bit more. I've, because how many times...
I like what Bark says. Sorry to interrupt, but
no, go for it.
All the channels that I watch regularly have never had an issue with me lurking, so I find it unnecessary to make myself feel bad about it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like I have yet to experience anyone like making a genuine lurker feel bad for lurking. So this all seems very self-perpetuating or self-originating. This kind of guilt and stuff that comes from it. And I guess my question would be why you feel guilty about that. Especially if there's no external force or any kind of explicit external pressure to do so. Because you might internalize external or have these internal pressures that you think you're expected to do things that aren't really there. And then Blaziken asks... services that need to be added into any platform that could improve experiences. One thing that I've thought about recently is channel points. And I think channel points is probably one of the better things Twitch has done recently. Yeah. And if they've put into their own API the ability to like do what people have been doing anyway with like loyalty currency. I wish there were ways for streamers to give out points. Or to, like, you can even put a limit on it. Be like, okay, streamers, maybe for every stream you can give out 1,000 or something like that. You know what I mean? Do what you want to with it. Especially after they fucked over the point multiplier recently by giving tier 3 subs 2 times. Tier 1 is, I think, 1.25 or something like that. But yeah, fucking that over. I wish they would give us more control over channel points and stuff. Do you have a response to that? Things like Twitch could do, or any platform.
For me, I just want discoverability. I want to be able to, when I stream Devil May Cry, that I can stream it under Devil May Cry, retro, action game. So that way, if people are looking up action game, retro, or that, they can find me. Just so that, because I think. And I actually think as well, in regards to franchises, I think they just need to get rid of all franchises. Resident Evil, Final Fantasy, Crash Bandicoot, just put as one. I think it's just too hard.
You mean like having like every game be its own category when you could just put it all under like Resident Evil?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Or at least give the option.
Because technically, when
because there's a lot of game series that people just go to one of them anyways. Like I know under Yakuza you can stream under the specific one, but I think a lot of people just go to the Yakuza category. So, and retro, obviously retro.
Yeah, my favorite category. Let's go. Sometimes I want to enjoy the stream but not be over chatty. For example, when I'm not feeling great, I want to be the best comic. I'd rather be there than miss it even though I don't miss streams. Okay. No, there's nothing wrong with just watching and just chilling. All cool. Also, a lot of people I follow that stream start out on YouTube, so they try their hard to figure it out already. Yeah, I understand that. All the channels I watch regularly. Okay, so I'm way behind. Basic Beat. I try to engage channels.
If you guys have specific questions or comments at us, try not to abuse it. But that way we know to like pull that up and that you're not chatting to each other.
Yeah, I try to engage Basic B. What's up, Basic B? How you doing, buddy? I try to engage channels a bit when they are quieter, especially if I like them. You want to make their job a bit easier, encourage community interaction balance. Okay. What about though, Basic B? What happens though if you grow someone up and they, I don't know, become the next big thing? Do you stay with that person or do you move on to the next person to grow? Riddle me this. Just follow.
Right. So I got some questions from Haley as well. Do you think affiliate partner goals need to be adjusted now that more people are on Twitch? I know you think so, right?
I know pub is way more harder.
It is. Here's
says
something that I don't
20.
know if it's really talked about. Is affiliate is fairly easy to get. Partner, and they make it seem like, okay, well, you get affiliate, partner's the next step. Partners, like, getting from 0 to affiliate is like a 5K. Getting from affiliate to partner is like a trip around the world, like, relative to it.
I don't know why Audible blocked me. Did you say sorry? Because sorry's been blocked. They, I know it sounds dumb. Should they just make affiliate, super affiliate, and then partner?
I think there should be a mid-tier. Maybe you don't get like the transcoding options of partner, you don't get the tick, but like maybe you get like a few extra emote slots or something like that. Or all these things all these like new things that they roll them out to partners, then to super affiliates, and then to affiliates.
Super affiliate.
You know what I mean? Super affiliate.
Yo, it's got my super comfy hat on. The great direction they want to take. I'm okay with that. I'm grateful for the content, and personally at this point, I don't mind stuff. I started Twitch on Xbox for achievements and follow people one viewer doing charity stuff. No, that word wasn't used. The only other words that I banned is YOL, sorry, Assassin's Creed, Hollow Knight, and what's the other game? I already forgot. Give us like 3. Yeah, I reckon Slappy's right. Give us 3 new emote slots.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's something that doesn't really cost Twitch anything. Twitch isn't making any less money. And they're not like using up resources and stuff, but like, you know, a few extra emote slots, you know what I mean? And things like that I think would be more helpful. And again, like maybe like giving people that are super affiliate, we'll just call them, priority access to new features above normal, like the regular affiliates.
Can I just, I like Saf's comment just there. Saf did a fucking counterattack on you, Basic B. I find that chatting and engaging with a quiet person's channel kind of meant that the streamer didn't learn to interact with their chat themselves. So you're kind of like boosting their self-confidence by having you chat. Interesting. I like that stuff. There's a reverse
Mocha, yeah, I think that's another thing, Mocha, is being able to make a team as a super affiliate.
Super affiliate.
I think would be super affiliate. Haley's next question was the viability of streaming being a full-time job and the longevity of this. Viability is none. Unless you are really good at monetizing. Because let's just put it this way. Just because you have a partner tech doesn't mean you're making enough to go full-time.
Yep.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Well, all the partner tech gets you is transcoding options, some built-in clout because of the tick mark, which makes basically parties. Just appearing in streams a shout-out to begin with. And a few extra emote slots. I don't even think you get those initially. I think you still have to work your way up.
Yeah, you do. You need an X amount of subs to unlock the other slots.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So the way to be full-time on Twitch is to monetize on your own. Poppy is the go-to example within our community of someone that does it probably better than anyone I've seen. He is the one that's able to do it the best. He's got like a savant's gift for being able to monetize his stream.
In a fun way.
He makes people want to give him money in some way or another. Either he gives back to them with a joke, or they feel like they get something, they accomplish something. You know what I mean?
100 bits for a joke.
Like, or
a funny joke. A funny joke.
Is having yeah, it is. You go into anyone stream that is not a partner, and you just say hello, and you have a partner tick. All of a sudden, that streamer especially is going to feel special, and they're going to feel like, wow, this partner came into my stream, you know, and they're going to want to raid you more, or they're going to want to. They're basically seeing you as the next big step for them.
Vibe,
you know, maybe not for other partners and stuff, but.
The Bible is just when I see Ink Slime's name in my chat, because when I see Ink Slime, I'm just happy and grateful that he's stuck around. He's a really good friend, and I like Ink Slime.
Even though he's a self-promoter. Do you have comments about the longevity and of like being full-time, or the viability of doing this full-time?
I'll let you know on December 30th.
Okay.
No, I think I think, what's it called? I actually really appreciate, like, I know a partner, I won't name their name, but this partner's from I know, they said, like, I asked them, oh, you're a partner now, like, are you gonna be able to quit your job? I was like, oh, no. Like, they straight away went, no. Like, I'm an idiot for even saying that. And I think, and just letting follow everyone in the chat know, partner does not mean you make money.
No, there's no correlation.
There's no correlation. You might have more viewers and there's the potential, but you're not making more money. And
let's just say Fox and I know people because we've talked about it personally. We know people that have way more viewers than I do, more viewers than Fox, that don't make anywhere near as much money as either of us do individually.
Mm.
And their potential too is a lot better than ours, probably.
Yeah,
but we make more money than they do.
Yeah, it's either because I do curls for the girls, and people think I'm hot or something. I don't agree with that, but you know,
or you're depressed.
Depressed. I'm so depressed. Oh, fuck, now to bring it up, I'm depressed again. And yeah, and
do you need to go full screen to talk about it?
Mate, oh no, it's all right. It's all right. I will leave the depression outside.
Okay.
Be me. Oh man, they're dragging me on the podcast. Also me. Hell yeah, they're promoting on the podcast. If it goes to my Twitch is probably the ideal place to not do that. It's good to know. I had an assumption about partner making cash. Exactly. Some affiliates would definitely outstrip partners in terms of earning potential. Yep. I know certain streamers who have hundreds of views, but no one chats, never mind donates or give money. Each chat and vibe is totally different. A tick means nothing. There you go, Morgan.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Depression.
No, partner means nothing.
And it's just foot. So like, it's kind of like this. Imagine you go into a river and you have a fishing rod, and if you're a fucking sick cunt fisher, you're gonna get fish no matter what. But if you're an idiot that brought a fucking, I don't know, a plastic bag, and you're gonna catch a fish with a plastic bag, and then that the plastic bag ends up becoming a partner, and he has like a huge river. So he's got more opportunity. He's still going to be an idiot because he's just got a plastic bag to catch that. Whereas the guy with the fishing rod and the hardcore fishing net and all that, when he gets the bigger river, he has a better opportunity to earn more fish.
Yeah, like if I wanted to expand on the analogy, it's like a partner has a boat and a net, and an affiliate might have a smaller boat and a rod. But the knowledge of fish and fishing is what really matters. If you got a big net and you don't know how to use it out in the water, it doesn't matter how big your net is.
Should we try and do a Dodge Ram reference for the Texans in the chat? Because we do have a lot of
Texans. So for all the Texans, it's like if you have a Dodge Ram, and it's lifted, but you really don't know a good mudding spot.
Yeah.
Versus if you've got your Volkswagen Golf, but damn, you know the best mudding spot. You can kick up mud. You can go coaling like the best of them. There you go. There you go. The Texans appreciate that one.
When's the gun coming? Would you leave your job when you partner? That just sounds dumb unless it's because you're deploying for me certified Twitch streamer. Exactly, Pineapple. And then a smart person comes to the river. That's when it's dry and just grabs the fish and leaves. That's Tom right there.
Yeah.
Well, I have perished. Well done. You've perished a viewer. Pretzel, you owe me a viewer now. Battlemoth is dead.
So I will say, I don't know how transparent you want to be about it, Fox. Let's just say, like, I'm making more this month than I did previously. After I took like a couple weeks to do the computer and just kind of a personal break to reset, I found that I've been making more money and I've been enjoying things more. And they're not directly correlated.
Yeah.
But I'd say, like, I earn about like half of what I made tutoring still. And I put more time and effort into this than I ever did in tutoring.
I like Morgan's comment, which I'll touch on in a second.
Yeah.
What's it called? I had a very good, what's it called? I think like June, July, August, September, October, November. No, November, December were a bit crapper. But January's been.
It was for a lot. I think it was for everyone.
But then January's been pretty good, so I'm fine. And Morgan's comment there: I often find in the long run too. Once this person celebrates reaching the partner, and the hype dies down, they're left with less people, as it's like with the whole boost to affiliate. Now where they've reached the goal, now what? I've seen partner streams just die. There's this guy.
Oh no, go ahead, please.
I saw a partner streamer who I looked up to. I actually kind of like buddy with him. Not too buddy, but he knew my name, but I didn't really hang out with him. But I liked his personality, but he played Elder Scrolls Online, and that's just a shit game. It's just boring. Anyway, he was forced to play Elder Scrolls Online because that's where he got his viewers from. You could tell he was just like, all right, I'm done with this game now, and he went to change game, and he lost all his viewers. And this guy actually has a personality. Like, he wasn't even like a shit person. Like, he was actually really funny, good visual effects, really charismatic, good colors and that.
Color.
But Elder Scrolls Online, man, he stopped playing it, and they left him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's dog. That's a dog.
Another thing that I don't think is brought up is, I know one specific example, but I'm sure I could find other examples, is someone that I know a year or two ago that was applying for partner and had about 6 months of consistent partner numbers, but kept getting denied. And it eventually took a toll on him and his community, and he's about a third of his viewers now. And he's been at that way for about a year now. It takes a toll. That's why, like,
That's why I make
that, no, go ahead.
That comment that, like, I don't care about being partner, but as long as
I don't either.
But as long as I'm at that level where I can actually start thinking about quitting my job, or at least cutting back the hours, then I know I'm doing something good, and I'm happy with that. Like, the actual tick doesn't bother me too much. I don't care that much.
I'll tell you, you know what? Let me tell you some of my goals that I want that don't involve being partner.
Okay, what are they?
One of them is to increase my community to about 50 average, probably, by the end of the year, of consistent community members, right? And this isn't, I'd like to be able to, when I turn on stream, get 20, 30, finish with like 50, 60. Something like that, right? By the end of the year. Other things are to expand my community beyond kind of where the communities that I've been in for the past year. Be allowed to stream hentai games. Oh, we're not allowed to? The other one, the big one, is I want to get sponsorships or partnerships with brands. That's a big thing that I want to do.
Vapor 95 sponsorship. Let's go.
Vapor 95. Call me.
Holla.
Vapor 95 public space. Let's go. Things like that. Because that's where you can make money. That's where you can start. Because once you are viable as a sponsoree, then you get more sponsors, then you get more sponsors, and then you get more visibility. The fact that you're sponsored by a brand that people at least respect or recognize as a viable brand, you know what I mean? Not just like Raid Shadow Legends, $200 for getting 8 downloads kind of thing. Then it builds upon successes. So that's another thing, is like Twitch itself, as like subs, bits, and stuff like that, is a good way early on to monetize. That should not be your only monetization. Absolutely not.
Philip DeFranco, who is one of my biggest inspirations on online content creation, is a news channel on YouTube. He even said the same thing, like, because in the YouTube days when Adpocalypse happened, he pretty much said, you need to find other ways to make money, because if Google's ads were cutting back on money, that hurt all YouTubers. And he said, you need to do this, this, and this, and this to get money. So for me, this is what Pretzel just said. Is right on the nose, as Pretzel loves to say, on the nose. Like a where you've got to like find different ways. Like that's hence when I got the merchandise. I don't make much of my merchandise, but I just like having my.
I don't either.
It's kind of cool. But I got to think of other ways. I'm a bit different though, because I kind of put my money to investments and stuff. So I'm trying to get more assets and stuff so that I get more residual income, so then I don't have to stress too much about working as much. That's what I do. I'm a bit like that. But then you gotta find different ways.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, guys. Right now, this is actual advice. Do you know why rich people get rich? Before someone says, "Oh, they don't spend money or lucky or whatever." The average rich person that got their way, they usually have multiple income sources, not just one. That's it. That's the secret. Multiple income sources.
Mhm.
And especially that's automated, they don't have to put effort into. Buck Ruffalo's comment. I think another factor to take into consideration is the people streamers are bringing in. Some streamers do too much to appease to viewers as opposed to being authentic. Correct. Buck, are you talking about me? Are you trying to remind me to be me? The viewers stay for the things the streamer does for them instead of being there for the streamer themselves. That shallow kind of relationship takes a big toll.
Well, and it's not sustainable. And what I mean by that is, let's say that your ability to appease to viewers and their sensibilities, to be able to remember things about them, to be able to have individual conversations and stuff like that. Let's say that that does help you sustain growth. And let's say that it keeps going and going and going, right? Let's say 100 viewers with maybe 50 active chatters. Are you going to be able to keep doing that realistically? And at some point, let's just assume that you keep growing. You know, at some point, you are just not going to physically or mentally be able to do it. And at that point, all you have left is the actual content and not the interaction with chat. And just go into any big streamer's chat. Anyone with like 200 plus average viewers where there's a lot of chat happening. It's not the chatter interacting. It's not the viewer interacting with chat anymore. It's them in their content, and people are there to watch it, and they're just throwing random messages in chat for whatever reason, right? They're very rarely actually interacting in chat.
Just sort of quickly, just reverse card Anarchy. Anarchy, that guy who won $1 billion. Good on him. You should look up the story. They never publicly talk about this, but there's a lot of stories of people who won money from lottery and it made them miserable. And because they were shit with money in the first place, they lost all their money within a year or two, and it made them miserable and they became worse of it. So yeah, look into that. They never talk about that in the news because they want people to keep buying lotto tickets. Oh, Jarvis, thanks for Jarv. Is that? I assume it's you, Jarvis. Thanks for buying it. I get notifications now with the t-shirt. Thanks, Jarvis. Appreciate that. Going back to Mr. Beast, he spent hundreds of thousands for a video, and it's all about how he manages money, and we invest it in order to keep up. Mr. Beast has a huge merchandise presence. So not only does he get ad revenue, he gets a lot of merchandise sales as well. And he also gets an occasional sponsor video. He doesn't get too many sponsor videos, but he does get. So that's 3 different income sources. Merchandise, Google ad revenue, and sponsorships. 3. And I'm sure he's done other stuff as well. I wanted to study about lotteries. There would be Rogue, because it happens so many times. I just don't like people who go, oh, if I win the lottery, I'll be happy. You won't be.
No.
A mentor told me once that if you are a generous person who with good money habits, if you're given money, you'll make it work. But if you're a person with poor money habits, someone giving you money will not fix your problems, and you will end up ruining it. Is to always get a financial advisor. Yeah, exactly. It's Huckabee. And not letting anyone know you've won. Exactly. Another one. Don't let people know you won. I was broke. You spent on the pub, always getting 1K and paying for everyone's beer. Yep. There you go. Broken Croy, have a good sleep. All right. Take care.
Let me bring up another question before we get too derailed. Do you think one game streamers have it easier than variety streamers?
Yes and no. If that one person is super passionate about their game and they're entertaining at it and they're very good at it, they will make it work. And Ninja has changed games a couple of times, but he goes back to Fortnite, so it works for him. But the average potato who's like, oh, I'm gonna play my Warzone,
play Overwatch,
I got my Victory Royale. That person will struggle, and then eventually they'll get to that stage like, oh, why are my viewers not growing? And they change game. Oh, now I'm 0 viewers. I went from 10 views to 0 views now. Ugh. So anyway, but variety streamers, look, this I'm going to say there's 2 variety streamers. There's the ones that play what's popular, so they just play whatever's on the top of the shelf at EB and GameStop, and then you got pussy slave variety streamers like me, who fucking play everything, who are slayers. they also struggle because if you're a variety streamer and you play whatever's on the top shelf, you're going to get drowned out by everyone else playing that same game. Whereas if you're me, you've got to work your fucking ass off to, when you play, you got to find a game that's relatively popular but not too popular, which takes a lot of effort. You have no idea how much research I put into games, guys. It's ridiculous.
This goes into this. This is another thing we wanted to talk about. Rug brought it up, but this is a good time to talk about it. So Rug originally asked, I'm very curious though, what is the real time hurdle for a stream day to day? How many hours does it total between picking content, preparing it, regardless of how long your streaming session is? So while you think about that, to answer that, Fox, let me tell you guys kind of like an average day for me, because Fox and I are slightly different, because Fox works a full-time job and then streams full-time, more or less, right? And this is all I do. So my day starts at 4:30 a.m.
You wake up
because that's when I wake up.
Fuck, I'm a sick.
I wake up at 4:30 a.m. every day, maybe 5:30. First thing I do is I make coffee, I sit down, and I open Twitch. And the reason why is because
networking,
right? And that's not to say that the people I watch I don't enjoy. I always pick people that I enjoy to watch. Okay, I want to make that very clear. And the most streams I ever have up at any given time is 2. And I watch both of them. And then I take care of house stuff, the dog, and breakfast and things like that. On a day that Mocha is streaming, I mod for her because she's really good friend, and I want to support her. And then, but
shouts out to Mocha.
Usually when I'm doing that, I'm also watching someone else. If I am working on a game off stream, in other words, like for Celeste, I'm getting the strawberries and the hearts and stuff off stream. So I'm doing that off stream. Sometimes I'll give myself a little break and I will play a game I don't want to play on stream a little bit, like Pokemon or Control or something like that, right? So that's basically from when I wake up about 5 in the morning until about 1 p.m. That's what I'm doing. Then stream starts. About 1 p.m., go for about 6 hours. You guys see me, I'm live, right? Before that even starts, throughout the day, I am in my Discord, replying to messages I may have missed overnight, posting a notification that I'm going live, because sometimes Twitch notifications don't work or they run out late. I check Twitter because I want to maintain a Twitter presence. I'm trying to get better at Instagram, but I'm really far behind on that. So on Twitter, I try to post out like a picture, either a cute dog picture or just something funny, reply to people. All of that is happening within those 5 or 6 hours in the morning.
Hey, stuff.
Then stream. After streaming, I'm the kind of person that I try to stay in a raid for at least 30 minutes to an hour, and I try to be fully attentive during that time. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it's dinner and getting to spend like a couple hours with my wife, because she's working when I'm streaming. And then it's bedtime around 9:30. And even then, when I'm going to bed, or even if I'm hanging out with my wife on the couch, I will still be checking Discord. I'll still be checking Twitter and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because here's the other thing about Partner and like the application and stuff is it's not just Twitch that Twitch considers. They consider your social media presence. They consider, are you a brand that they want to attach to? And a brand on Twitch alone is really hard to do. So that's the day-to-day. That's not including time that I spend researching for the podcast so that Fox can't read the show notes. The news and like topics to bring up. And
I say news. Fuck.
I know.
Boring.
That's not including something that I'm trying to get better at, which is planning out games and stuff. Session to session besides networking, working on brand. That depends. It depends on if I'm working on new alerts. It depends on if I'm working on new videos and stuff like that, because that can vary, But I think it's a mistake to separate all those things that I was talking about with the actual content.
Yeah.
Because it's very nebulous, right? Here's the thing. Some of the best advice I ever got was you need to be discoverable outside of when you're actually live. You need to have a reason for people to pay attention to you outside of when you're actually live. And if you're not doing that, then you're hindering your own ability to grow. And so just like things that are actually going on while you're live on camera are just as important as the stuff that's going on outside of it. So, Fox, do you want to talk about kind of like your prep and what
sure.
kind of goes on? Yeah.
All right. So, guys, I wake up at 8:59 and I log into work at 9 o'clock. And then I sing that song "Changes" by Tupac, and that line is like, "Is life worth living, or should I just blast myself?" Like I say that every day, and then I log into work and I pretend to do work for 8.5 hours, and I do a good job at it. I do a very good job at it. While I'm working at home, and sorry, Starfire, thanks for the raid. I didn't say thank you for the raid. Sorry, just there's no alerts on the podcast.
Queen,
and
Kate Queen.
Okay, Queen, let's go. I gotta go. No, Brock, have a drift off, man. Take care, dude. Thanks for coming in, Brock. You're a good dude. And Liliana, how you doing? I saw you pop in there. Shout out Tupac. And then and then while if I'm working a very good job at pretending. Nice. No, I do my job. I hit my KPIs that they care about so much more than the actual fucking job itself. Take care, Brock. Make sure everyone say goodbye to Brock as well. He's Sophie's mom. He's a good dude. He's a very good dude.
Bye.
And thanks, Brock, for coming by. Anyway, so so if I'm at work at home, I'll have maybe 4 tabs open or 3 while I'm watching people at Twitch while I'm doing my job and talking. Man, I talk way too much. I'm pretty good at talking to 2 streams at once. 3 is a bit tough. 4 is like, yeah, it gets a bit rough. So sometimes I'll have to mute some people and that. All right, while I'm doing my job as well. During my lunch break, I have a nap because I don't sleep much. And then after, towards the end of the day, when the day gets a bit quieter, I can talk a bit more in people's chats. When it hits 5 o'clock, what's it called? Depends on how fucked I am. Might just go straight to sleep and wake up at 8 p.m. to stream. Or I'll go outside, work out. Usually between 5 to 8 is when I'm quieter on Twitch. I might say hello to some people, I might talk a little bit, but that's usually when I'm more quiet or I'm napping, because I'm just dead tired. Sometimes during the days, I'll be watching YouTube videos on mainly Get Indie Gaming and, what's the other channel? Get Indie Gaming and... I forgot the guy of his channel's name. He changed his name, and I look at what games look cool, what games look like they're going to be heaps of fun to play and stream. Also, I'm researching trophies as well to see how hard it's going to be. If I'm not too tired between 5 to 8, I might do a grind of a game to try and get it done quicker. Because I don't know if you guys know this, if you play a game for too long, people get sick of it. Yeah. There's very few games that you can play for 100 hours, and people are like, yeah, I had fun the entire 100 hours. I remember when I played Final Fantasy 12, people were whinging so much when I played. I did that game in 77 hours in a week and a half, and I thought I fucking did that quick. And I still had people going, you take it too long. And I did it in a week and a half. Shut the fuck up. So I went for the DD. I'm waiting for something else, Dragon Dart. I'm waiting for something else. Martian Boone. Well, the podcast is going to be on Pretzel's YouTube channel, so we'll get the link there. Poison 5 right, shut up, Prisma. I had found it, man, even though the plot was brutal. Yeah. And like, guys, you didn't know this. When I played Mad Max, there was a day.
Thank you, Tom.
There was a day on Saturday night where I didn't sleep. I had really bad insomnia. I fucked up my sleep schedule, and I literally played fucking Mad Max from it was like 8 p.m. all the way till 9 a.m. the next day. And Prisma was on Discord, and I was like, "Hey, Prisma, can we like talk and shit?" And I got Prisma to play a game with me of Satellite Rain, and I was like, and then after that, I went to sleep for like the whole day. So yeah, like I've literally, you guys missed out probably about 10 hours of Mad Max that I didn't do on stream because I was very self-conscious because I knew people were getting sick of it. But I was like, I need to get this game done. I'm fucking near the end. I gotta get done. I gotta get it done.
I think like the crux of like what Fox and I are trying to say is like the actual hours on stream are insignificant relative to how much like does it actually get seen on stream. In other words, like the time that it takes me to make an alert on my stream, I've gotten pretty good at it, but I've been doing After Effects for about a year straight now at this point. And it's once I get the idea, I do a little research, I can figure out how to do it. It's pretty quick. An hour at most to do something complex, right? That's insignificant. Like what you actually see on stream and what's happening here, there's a lot more that goes into it. And there's a lot more that needs to be done that doesn't actually show up on stream per se. Game research, right? Like you're talking about, watching other people and seeing what they're playing and deciding, do I want to play it as well? So that, everyone's kind of, so I can jump on that hype or that whatever, right? Or do I want to watch what they're playing so I know what not to play so that I can give someone something different? For example, when Cyberpunk came out and everyone was playing that, what you guys think is the biggest hurdle? The biggest hurdle is the actual mental commitment and time commitment and energy commitment that's required outside of the actual 6+ hours that you're live. I think that that's something that a lot of people underestimate if you're really trying to do this seriously. Is there's a lot of stuff that goes on before and after.
I didn't finish my schedule. And then
no, go ahead. Sorry.
And then because I stream 6 days a week, so I start my stream at 8 p.m. ACDT, and or ACST when we don't have daylight savings, and I stream from 8 p.m. usually till 3 a.m. I really should be ending at 2, but I don't because I'm an idiot. And then I finish 2:30, and then I'm one of those people that when I raid the person, I try and hang out with them. Some people are very understanding, like Smokey and Mike and Ribs, that they know that I'll just say hello and they'll understand that I'm going to go to bed. But I do try and talk as much as I can because I don't like being that guy. But yeah, if it's a new person, I'll obviously hang out in the chat for a bit longer. And then I'll go to sleep, and then I wake up with 6 hours sleep. And I do that fucking every day, and I've done that for the whole year. Almost 2 years now. 2 years, guys, it's my 2 years anniversary today. So yeah, so if you're not willing to do that, and guys, did you notice I didn't mention anything about hanging out with friends? Yeah, I don't hang out with my friends at all. So yeah,
did you notice in my time, my 24 hours, how much of that I spent with my spouse? 1 to 2 hours.
1 to 2 hours, yeah. I noticed you didn't mention eating. No, I do eat for Billenstein. I eat nuts.
You learn to multitask very quickly.
I got these nuts. So even though everyone's cheering me on for like, yeah, congratulations, you're not talking about the sacrifices I do. I barely see my friends on Saturday if I'm lucky. But then I've started doing disco because of the lockdown. All the nightclubs, because I was a huge clubber. I love going out to dance and get drinks and talk to some hot girls and shit. Can I have my knitting? That's okay. No worries, Ron Pond. Have a good sleep. We're not your friends, and not your enemies. So yeah. So that's my Saturday, and then Sunday during the day I don't know, just sleep or I don't know. I don't really go on Twitch much during Sunday for whatever reason. I don't. But yeah, that's what I sacrifice. So yeah, if you're not willing to sacrifice all of that for and I'm not even a partner. If you're not willing to sacrifice that, then don't stream.
And this is all just like, and I know that we're gonna get people that are gonna say, "Oh, well, I don't care about the success. I just want to do it for fun." We're not talking to you.
Yeah, we're not talking to you.
No, you're not who we're talking to.
No,
we're talking about people that are legit want to try to make something of this. You know what I mean? Something beyond just, I'm going to be playing games anyways, I might as well turn it on, and if people want to come chat, they come chat, and if they don't, then it doesn't bother me. Unless you're Prisma.
Yeah, the only person I believe who says that is Prisma.
Mocha is the same way.
People are the hurdle. They're easy to jump if they lay down. Correct, Tom. But people think they're anonymous. I can't say that word. Wear a mask when online and show their true colors in the chat. Some are chaotic, and if you're not mentally prepared for dealing with certain types of people, there's the scuba situation there. Sometimes people, then you need to have a good set of parameters and a mod team to help deal with it, not affect your performance as a streamer, Discord, other networking platforms, even for the volunteers, some mods. Correct. That is also another thing you have to deal with. Can you deal with psychotic people?
And confrontation. You have to be willing to deal with confrontation.
If you can't deal with it, then stop.
Or learn very quickly to deal with it.
Because that's why Scuba stopped.
There's no room for passiveness. There's no room for subtleties. There's no room for hints. Right? You have to be explicit. And not like Fox in his Discord streams. Anyways. Fennel asked a piggyback question, which was, more tangibly, what is the cost that goes into streaming? And do you pull that from Twitch revenue or personal finances?
Oh, at the start, personal finances. I'm very fortunate and very lucky that I have a very beautiful community who are very generous, and I actually have to declare this income to the Australian government now because I'm past that threshold. So right now I'm in profit as a business terminology. I am in profit. Is that profit for me to quit job? No. So keep giving me money, guys. Otherwise, I'm gonna get mad.
Man.
So, but yeah, in a business term, I am making a profit. Is it enough to quit my job? No. But it does pay for everything plus extra money to buy my house because that's what I'm trying to. I'm sure you guys know because I say it fucking every fucking stream. But I'm trying to buy a house because I don't want to live in the hood anymore, and it'd be nice to live in a normal house like every other person does. Go follow Pretzel or Sophie's gonna get mad. Like real mad. I've had plenty of exposure being online since early teens, so I'm pretty used to what the internet's like. Moderating is fairly natural feeling to me. Yeah, exactly, Tom. If you're not used to the internet, people, I know a few naive people when they just didn't understand like fucking what like terminology meant, like poggers and simping and that. And I was just like, you need to learn. Like the internet's a different ecosystem to the kicking a footy with your mates.
For me, like personal finance and Twitch revenue kind of becomes fluid. But mentally, I always, when it comes to expenses and stuff, for example, I got the new PC, right? So every time I would get a Twitch payout, I would take a big chunk of that, throw it into a savings account, accounting for, all the subs that I have, that comes from Twitch revenue as well. That's kind of the cost of doing it, right? And then I've been honest about this as well, but like I pay Mocha a monthly stipend because she just does so much for my channel. Like without her, it just doesn't function as well as it should. And I think that that's the least I can do for her. And what she does with it is her own thing. You know what I mean? But it's the least I can do for her. And so that comes out of it as well. And that's why when it comes to games for stream, I always make sure that what I play on stream is something I would play anyways, or that I already own. Because then otherwise it becomes a business expense and it's hard to kind of justify. That's what I say when that it's more fluid than that. Than just like this separate kind of accounts and stuff like that. But for me, I always, at least in my mind, try to keep in mind, okay, well, this is how much I've brought in at least exactly or roughly this month from Twitch payout, donations, all this other stuff. This much is going to this expense, this much is going to that expense. And, keeping that in mind, right? I wouldn't even say I'm making a profit per se at this point. Because there's always something. There's always some cost, right? But, like, I mean, just like, I don't know, like, the camera that I'm on right now, this is a new camera. It took me a year to justify to myself investing in a good camera. And this was like $150, $200, right? Same with a new microphone. This was $150, $200. It just kind of adds up. Little things, lighting. Lighting isn't free if you want good lighting. backdrops so that it's not just my basement wall you're staring at. Little things like that. It adds up. That goes into something that I wanted to bring up, is that like it's important to have a high quality stream as far as like lighting, camera, sound quality, but that's not a guarantee for anything. That is bare minimum. Bare fucking minimum. And I guess like Fox, if you want to chime in with what you think, what is the bare minimum for a decent stream?
I think you have to have a webcam.
Webcam,
or a personality avatar like Ink Slime or a VTuber. That's the bare minimum. You need to have
agree with that,
because a lot of people just listen to Twitch. So if your sound sounds like shit, adios amigos, that viewer's gone.
Yep, you have to have good sound quality.
Yeah, and you have to.
I would say sound quality is more important than video quality.
Absolutely, a lot of people still watch on 160p. That's fine. And a fucking personality. Jesus.
Why do you need a cam? Because you need to be able to build a connection with your audience.
Hold up, let's turn the cams off.
Yeah, go ahead, turn the cameras off.
If I press...
Finally, I can take my pants off.
Let's go. That one? Yeah, fuck it. There you go.
So now, what's the distinguish? Why watch this?
Face makes it personal. Digital Scholar, yes, there we go.
It's hard to build a connection with someone if you can't actually see them. Because here's the thing. Personality is just not what you're saying and how you're saying it. It's also body language. It's also, how they physically react, their face reacts, how their body reacts to things that are going on. That's part of a personality as well. And you don't get that if you can't see what someone's saying, how they react, if you can't see them. That's not to say that like a webcam is a guaranteed success, or that if you don't use a webcam, you can't succeed.
Prisma, I need to ban this guy.
But if you want to set yourself up for the best chance of success, you need a webcam.
It's the same. Oh fuck! Hold on, I'm on the wrong screen. I've got you back now, Pretzel. It's the same.
Thanks.
It's the same.
I just put my pants back on. You guys are very lucky.
You can go talk to a girl, and dress like shit, have a fucking dirty ass stain on your top, have a fucking ugly ass monobrow that you haven't plucked, have no muscles, be overweight or be malnourished, have a fucking shitty teeth. You can.
That's
still
a great.
talk,
you know what? That's a great analogy. If you've ever gone on a dating site, what do you think of the people that don't put up a profile pic?
Yeah, would you date them?
Yeah.
You wouldn't. So humans are visual creatures. We're fucking visual as fuck. We are shallow as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do that. You can still talk to a girl and try and get their number. You might get it, but if you decide to get dressed nicely, get rid of that unibrow, get some muscles, have good clothing, have good social skills, it's just so much more easier. You're literally shooting yourself back for no reason.
Outside of actually rating into someone, if you're just browsing categories
USP,
and stuff,
unibrow
it's
selling?
purely visual, right? When you're going through the categories and stuff, you see a snapshot of the stream.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, like there's very few streamers that do not have a camera that I would watch.
And like, for example, like I'm a victim of it. I'm a fucking dude. If I see a hot girl, I'll fucking click on that stream. I will. Let's click on it. I'm gonna go. Does she's hot? Does she have a personality? And I watch her. I'm like, nah, she's gonna post her next hot girl stream. That's how I met one of the people that I met, because I was like, oh, she looks attractive. I'm gonna check her out. Oh, she's actually funny too. All right, cool. Yeah, I saw the handsome fox in the retro game. I was like, what a hella poggers looking dude. And I walked in, he beat me up. Oh, shut up, Ink Slime. Ink Slime said I was harassing him when his first time came in.
So webcam, quality audio. What else is bare minimum?
Personality.
Yeah. Personality.
Well, no,
Honestly.
we're here just to make the clam jam. Alright, Sarah, whatever. You send me some clam jam when it gets made, alright? I turned on for Inkslime when I first heard it. I was bullied when I joined too. What Dragon Dog? What are you talking about? Decent game. Yeah, Mocha as well. I'm part of that club as well. Decent game choice.
Decent capture. That shouldn't be an issue for most people, I don't think. Unless you're like a fucking 10-year-old with your phone pointed at your TV or something.
A 20-year-old like Red Star. I called your name out. Fucking with his camera. When I first joined, I believe I was the bully. Yeah, you were bullying me. Yeah, you know what, Inkslime? Tom bullied me when he first came in. He fucking bullied me with stupid fucking chocobo breeding bullshit quest that I want to do is bullshit. I wish I saved the VOD to join for. Oh, whatever, Dragon Dog. Whatever. I bet I was nice to you.
All right. Any other things you want to add for bare minimum?
Personality. Self-awareness. I think that's the bare minimum. Self-awareness.
Yeah. Let's see. Naomi,
wait. What advice could you give for when people have low viewers who don't talk? Why are you streaming? As in,
yeah,
what
why
would
are you
normally
streaming
talk about while on stream? The game or something that happened on the weekend that was funny? If nothing happened on the weekend, then have an interesting life to talk about then.
Comment on what's going on. Like, it's one of those things. Like, it's one of the like broad advices that you hear when it comes to streaming when you start is to pretend like no matter what the view count is, to pretend like you're streaming to like a ton of people, and it's honestly good advice. Even if it's not helping you get growth initially, it's good practice.
I love the scanlines from filming your old CRT TV with the phone. It's so authentic. But I can't change a person. For Billenstein, you're handsome. Shut up. I'll get a dog because Staffy and plays by Cam. Talk to Staffy. Yeah, get a dog. If you have no person, I just get an animal. Like
but Naomi asked, do you feel that a camera is needed, or do you think it's okay if people don't use one? Like we said, it's not necessary because there's obviously people that are successful without one. You're just more likely to succeed with one, in my opinion.
Back to the dating situation. Would you date the guy that has the unibrow or no unibrow? He can still technically be charismatic in that, but that unibrow is going to throw you off. Get rid of it or not?
This one is really silly, but if either use OBS is easy to learn. OBS is easy to learn. I wouldn't. It's tempting to start with slobs because everything's integrated. I would start with OBS right from the get-go, personally. And it's not as good for beginners as slobs, but it's less resource intensive. You can customize it and stuff like that, etc. I saw your question, Slappy Jack. I'll get to it in a second. And another one, because I wanted to learn stuff. What editing software do you prefer to videos, notifications? For me, I use Premiere, and I'm willing to fork out the $20 a month in order to use Premiere, After Effects, etc. It can't, relative to like DaVinci, which is free. DaVinci is a fucking pain in the ass to use. I hate DaVinci. Absolutely despise it. Premiere is super easy. And there's so many resources out there to learn how to use it, especially if all you need to do is basic editing. And I know Mocha just downloaded something from Steam, a video editor that she got on sale through Steam that's really easy to use. You can also check out like Vegas, Final Cut Pro, things like that. What were you going to say, Fox?
Nothing.
Okay. Maviva. Okay, thank you. Or Movavi, whatever it's called, Mocha. That's the one that she used.
Now, Slappy Jack, living in the shadow of your boner, you need to understand the boner is the strength and the power. And some people just never understand the power of the boner. You've been bested upon a blessing and a curse, Slappy Jack.
Dragon Dark asks, simple but could be broad. Dislikes and likes about streaming. Maybe we'll save that for when we get to the end. The harsh truths section.
No, I reckon that should be another episode.
What, the harsh truths?
No, just like likes and dislikes.
Oh, the likes and dislikes. Yeah, we can go into that.
Because like it's 2:20, and I need to go to bed within 40 minutes.
Nah, it's fine.
No, I don't.
Nah.
No, I do.
What would you do to make new people join in the chat without feeling left out? Minimize inside jokes. Would be my thing when new people
shit.
would be to minimize inside jokes.
Oh, great, I'm done. See you guys. I'm pieces out of this conversation.
I think that's general advice, right? Is like if you, I think that's general advice. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that helps with getting people involved in stuff like that, or at least like when new people join, not immediately doing inside jokes. You know what I mean? Kind of ingratiate them slowly into the community. And stuff like that. But what Fox has been doing lately, as far as like getting people to welcome people, say hello, things like that, that really is helpful from my perspective. And welcome to the Super Pretzel Punch podcast. Anything to add?
I love inside jokes though; they're the best. Oh, shut up, girlfriend, class. I'm not napping. Just lying down in frustration.
Well, let me clarify. I don't think that inside jokes are bad. I don't think they're bad at all, because that's the culture of the community, right? Each culture and each community has their own language, so to speak, and that's part of the language. But if you want to ease new people in, you want to kind of maybe minimize those initially.
Foxgates is at least pretty self-explanatory. Oh my god, is a fucking puppy that fucking joke. We're not streaming. People say TikTok, YouTube. What do you think is works best for your channel? None of them, Margin Boon. I don't use YouTube. I don't use TikTok, and I don't use fucking YouTube. You know, I use fucking games that no one else fucking plays because people are fucking pussies and want to play the same old shit everyone plays. I'm mad.
Here's a good one from PsychoWiz. If someone has already started streaming, what is a good indicator to let them know if they should continue, or if it just isn't their thing? For me, it was, regardless of the numbers and regardless of the successes or failures, I still wanted to do it. There was still an internal motivator to keep doing it.
Ah, good point. Yeah. So, if having shit numbers and having no viewers and no growth and regression even, if that makes you feel sad and bad and you feel sad and depressed and you hate it and you just wish you went back to normal, quit. Please quit.
Mm-hmm.
Just quit. If, however, I'll give you an example. I remember when my internet was down, I couldn't stream. I was mad. Like, real mad. Like people who don't follow Pretzel Punch mad. That's how much I love streaming. That I couldn't do it. It pissed me off that I couldn't do it. It made me mad. Or like that time when my internet disconnected and I was playing ukulele and then I had a fucking offline hype train, you ding dongs. Thanks, Tom. So yeah, and so the thing is, like, people don't ever look at the negatives of everything. They always look at the positives. If you can look at the positives and be like, no, so if you can look at the negatives, but you know what, that negative doesn't bother me. All right, what's the negatives going to the gym? How many gym addicts are out there? You know what's the negatives going to the gym? Time, effort, stress, body dysmorphia, trying to look good, maintaining, not getting injuries, all that shit. If you look at all those negatives and be like, you know what, I still fucking love it, then keep going. Ball sweat. Oh, fucking ball sweat, man. But if
I think you mean additional flavor.
Oh yeah, additional flavor. Do you guys have platforms? No, all I do is Twitch, buddy. Margin, all I do is Twitch. That's all I use. So yeah, so if you can look at all the negatives or something, because this is another thing, right? These idiots go, oh, if I have a Ferrari, that's fucking sick. If I told you to own a Ferrari, you have to now park a car and not worry about idiots parking next to you and scratching it, paying ridiculous insurance costs. Registration's still the same. I don't know what it's like in America, but in Australia it's the same.
Maintenance?
Maintenance is like $20,000 a quarter. If all that stuff makes you stress and sweat and make you do the thingo, the snowman emote with the fucking sweat coming out, if that goes, oh shit, then don't own one. So this is the thing. You need to look at the negatives of something. And if you look at the negatives, like, yep, I still like those negatives. That's fine. I can deal with that. Cool.
Right.
Go for it.
And there's healthy ways of looking at the negatives. There's nothing wrong with being disappointed or anything like that, or being a little stressed about negative things occurring. It's just a matter of, does the negative thing discourage you, or do you find ways to build on those? In other words, for example, like December was a lull for a lot of people, not just me, and not just Fox. So talking to other people and realizing, okay, it's just not me. There's something going on here with just this time of the year, right? And then, but realizing, okay, well, it's going to be dead anyways. If I need to take those 2 weeks off for the new PC and the holidays, not missing anything, gives me time, to reflect and stuff like that. I'm going to turn this negative moment into something, try to make it more positive. If you can do that, then that's helpful. But if these negative things occur, if these hurdles, these speed bumps and stuff occur, which they will occur, no matter how successful you are, no matter how good you are, it doesn't matter. They're going to occur.
They don't give a fuck
if they cause you to slow down and change for the sake of change or anything like that, or discourage you, then that's a problem. So I would say if you're excited, regardless of the numbers, and not letting, that's the other thing. Don't let numbers dictate whether you're happy streaming or not. Find something else. Find something else to gain out of it. I know for me, when I do it, it's the ability to be expressive and creative, and also the funny and, kind of memorable moments that I make with people in chat and it playing the games and stuff like that. Knowing that I'm making some people laugh, or, that is more motivating than numbers themselves. You know what I mean?
You know what's my biggest motivator? I've had dead streams
Depression.
and whatnot. Depression.
Oh.
When someone in my chat goes, Fox, thank you for playing this game. This game was really cool. I decided to buy it myself. That is the biggest victory to me, because that's why I started this channel, because I'm sick of everyone playing the same fucking games. There's so many fucking games out there. So if someone actually listened to my fucking message and went, you know what, he's playing Hunt Down, I'm gonna fucking buy that now. Hylix 2, buy that. Darkest Dungeon, buy that. Darkwood, buy that. What's another game?
Sayonara Wild Hearts.
The fact that you've played it and inspired you to try something different, that is fucking a victory in my books. I don't give a fuck about my sub count. If I can get more people to stop giving money to those fucking greedy cunt corporations and give it to smaller devs who actually give a fuck about the game they're making, that's important to me. You don't Onimusha? Yeah, hell yeah. I bought Darkwood 2. Yeah, let's go. Darkwood's fucking sick. Thanks for supporting my country's economy. I played so much Silent Hill. Thanks. Of course, Barcroftly.
So here's another question from Mocha. When playing something that takes a while to complete, say an RPG, how much do you do on stream or off stream?
And when Trip the Rift, take the chance to obscure. That's how you find bullet hells type of shooters. Bad. Oh, I've seen that game. Yeah, Moku play that. That priest shooting game's fucking cool. Unfortunately, it's only on PC, but it looked so cool. Do you want to answer that question, Pretzel, for the off-stream shit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I honestly don't do too much off-stream. Like with Celeste, I am right now. I'm getting going back and getting the strawberries and the hearts and stuff, just because I personally don't like to kind of look at a guide, and go in the game and stuff while I'm live. Off stream, I don't care. I'll just look at the guide and I'll find it and stuff like that. Or Mocha will tell me, or someone will tell me, hey, it's right over here. You know what I mean? And that's just a personal preference. But I do understand that if you use a guide, then that's sad, and you're not really getting the full exploration aspect of the game. But
save for Bill and Stein.
But I know that with something, if it's grindy, I think that there are ways you can make it entertaining. I know that it's iffy, but song request, right? I was playing Star Renegades a bit on stream, and I did song requests, but the songs I told people Make it video game music from your favorite RPGs, since I'm playing an RPG. That helps. That gets people involved a little bit. You know what I mean? Finding other ways to kind of like, while you're doing it, making it fun for other people. What about an RPG that has a long story like Persona?
I just don't play it.
I don't even know. Yeah, honestly. If you know that it doesn't make an entertaining stream, then don't play it. Because I don't know if I think we briefly touched on this. There are just some games that don't make good games for stream. And it doesn't matter how good the game is. Disco Elysium is the one I always go to. That is a game that is a great game from what I've seen. And I have never seen anyone make it entertaining on stream. Ever. You just can't. I don't think it's possible.
How much I do off stream? I do a fair bit. For example, like Devil May Cry, I had to finish the game fucking 3 times, and I'm sure people go, and it gets a bit annoying. People go, "Why are you playing it another time? Haven't you already done it?" I was like, "Well, no, I gotta unlock the other difficulties." So for example, DMC3, I had to finish it like 4 times, and I had to redo multiple levels over and over again to get the S ranks and shit. So I try and cut all the boring shit out. Mad Max was my own personal challenge to myself, because one, the server was closing down, so I had to get that trophy before the Warner Brothers servers closed down, and 2, I wanted to see if I can make, because the story on Mad Max is really cool and like the normal missions are fine, but trying to get 100% of the game is one of the worst 100% I've ever done. And I've put a challenge to myself, like, how can I make this fun and entertaining? And that was my challenge, and that is how the Fox Jam was fucking born. If it wasn't for Mad Max, there would be no Fox Jam emote. Because I was like, let's just put on some Japanese pop music, let's fucking shoot up some dickheads in the wildlands, and grab some fucking items, and just get it. And then I was just and we're just dancing, and we'll just stop occasionally just to dance to a song, and then we'll just, I don't know, I'm just like, this song's sick. And then we're just talking, and then it's just fun. And we're just having a conversation. Like, it wasn't even like I was streaming a game. It felt like I was doing my job. And then it's like your coworker comes in, they talk to you about, I don't know, what they did in the weekend. That's what it felt like, that stream. It was really fun. So yeah. No worries, Lilian. Have a good rest of your day.
And Ribs, I know that you've talked previously that you've had good experience with Disco Elysium. I'm talking strictly as a viewer because I've never streamed it myself. I haven't seen it be entertaining. I haven't really seen chat get too... This goes for most story-heavy games. It's hard for chat to get involved in it because you want the story to keep moving. So to pause the story to read chat, to read reactions... Oh, okay, well now we got to go back to the story. And if it's fully voiced or if it's like cutscenes, well, do you talk over it? Do you let it play out? Do you... You know what I mean? Do you pause the cutscene? What if you can't pause the cutscene? Metal Gear. Things like that, you know?
Oh, you can't pause a Metal Gear Solid.
I don't think so.
In the first Metal Gear Solid, you can't. Yeah, because when you press pause, it's...
Visual novel games? Fuck visual novel games. I would never play one on stream.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson.
I will play them in my free time, but I will never play one on stream.
And I don't do racing games as well, because they take way too much concentration, and you can't pause a race. Especially if you're playing something like Gran Turismo or Forza, if you pause a race halfway through and unpause, it is so weird to go from 0 kilometers an hour back to 300 kilometers an hour and trying to control your car.
Dragon Dark has a really interesting question, and then do you want to leave like 10 minutes for like any last questions in chat?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Okay, so the last call for questions at me and Fox if you have a question you want us to address. Dragon Dark's question is, as a streamer, do you feel obligated to sub to streamers in the community? Follow-up question, did unsubscribing ever lead to a confrontation or a situation?
All right. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your...
I do not sub to anyone unless I enjoy their content. Period. That doesn't mean that I watch them a lot. For example, Slappy Jack is a great example. He starts streaming as soon as my head hits the pillow, and he's done streaming by the time I wake up. But when I am able to catch his content, I enjoy it a lot. So I subscribe to him.
Hey, bro.
Pretz likes my content. I unsub to you, Tom. I don't know if you know. And as far as people unsubscribing to me, I don't pay attention to who subscribes to me, honestly. I don't pay attention.
Now I'm a bit
So
different
if
approach.
you decide to unsub to me, I would not know because I don't pay attention.
I'm a bit different to Pretzel. I look at my Excel spreadsheet every fucking week. You can download a yep. As Prisman once made a joke, I hope to be on your Excel's subscriber Excel sheet 17.csv file. I look at my subscriber list because I see if, number one, am I getting natural subscribers who actually subscribe to my content, who pay for it themselves as opposed to getting gift subs. So I need to see if I'm doing good in that regards, to see if I'm getting natural I call them natural subscribers, people who just naturally subscribe to you as opposed to being gifted a sub to you. And then number two, in regards to thingos, I'm very transparent. I'm subscribed to a lot of channels. I've got 14 at the moment, and that's my max. I've cut it at that, and that's it. I don't go any more.
I think I'm at 10, but I do like tier 3 to you, tier 2 to Mocha, and I think that's it as far as more than tier 1. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So I've got my 14. Some people do quit, so then I can cut them out and then give it to someone else that I like. There's a hierarchy, I guess, of who I like and who I don't like. In likeness. So who I like and who I like even more, I should say. I do keep an eye on because some people I feel subscribe to you because they kind of want you to watch them back. Kind of like, you know how we were talking about lurking and that?
Yeah.
Sometimes I kind of like test people to see if I'm not subscribed to them, see if they still watch me.
Yes.
Because sometimes I just have time.
I've noticed some people I don't subscribe to anymore. I noticed they stopped appearing.
Yeah, so I do keep an eye on that shit. Yeah, because I watch who I can watch and who I support. I can figure out adding Tom's band. Yeah, adding Tom's band. Mine's at 58 at the moment. That's pretty decent, Tom. I'm on 31, but how many normal subs do you have, Slappy? Not gifted ones. So yeah, I
think that's how many he's subscribed to.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, yeah. So
But what kind of people do you subscribe to? Do you subscribe to anyone whose content you don't enjoy?
No, fuck that.
No.
So I'm subscribed to people I watch. I genuinely like them. Some people I don't get to watch as much. There are some people I would love to subscribe to, but I just can't afford that many. I could in theory, but then I would cut into my getting my house, because getting a house to me will actually fix a lot of my issues in life and streaming as well. Other than self-promo, was the first see in the chat?
I can easily answer this. It's people that are two things. People that are random for the sake of random, or that all they do is post Twitch universal emotes, and that's it, without any context or anything. You know what I mean? It's not lol because you did something funny. It's like energy can, glitch, octopus tentacle, and that's all they do. The other thing is, in my channel we have sound commands that you can use and stuff like that. It's people that do sound commands way too much and without actually like boosting the moment. And what I mean by that is like, oh, I'm making fun of anime, and so someone uses the anime sound command, right? We had to ban someone from my stream because all they did was use the fucking uwu command all the fucking time without context or anything. And I got so tired of it. I didn't care how much they gifted subs and shit like that. I got rid of them. It didn't matter. It was ruining the vibe. So abusing commands, yep. And this is something else that I've brought up before, and Jarvis mentioned it on her stream yesterday. I hate the hydrate command. I hate it because people don't the only people I see use it are not community members. It's people that just followed, got a boost in their channel points, and it's the first thing they can use their channel points on is the hydrate command. And that's the only interaction they put in chat is, I'm going to make you drink water. Drink for me.
Got him.
Drink for me. Entertain me.
My pet peeve, I guess, in chat is when I'm playing a fucking awesome game and you're not even paying attention to the game. Like, I was actually very annoyed when a certain someone was on this podcast and we were talking about all these great games, Talked about Silent Hill Wild Hearts. Talked about this and this and this, and then we just briefly mentioned Red Dead Redemption. Or should I buy Red Dead Redemption 2? And I just gave 5 glowing reviews to 5 fucking games, and I just briefly mentioned Red Dead 2, how it's a bit annoying and it's got a bit of faults in that. And you went straight to Red Dead 2. Like, that to me means you did not listen to a fucking word I said. So, yeah, I guess that people don't listen to what I have to say. Because I feel like...
Sam asked a good point. Ask a good question. What is the point of us subbing to each other? Aren't we just giving Amazon a couple of bucks? Yes and no. It's still a way of supporting each other. And it's a way of showing each other that we enjoy each other's content. And it's a behavior we want other people to emulate. So, like, if I'm using his own emotes in his chat, then it builds that culture in his chat, right? If Fox comes in and he subs, and then that encourages maybe someone else to sub, they're like, okay, well, this guy's stream is worth subscribing to, so I'm going to subscribe as well.
Oh, I did write about this as an expense for streamers for subbing to community. What do you mean, Tom? I'm confused.
You good, Fox?
Sorry?
You good? All right, last call for questions. Last call. Well, 1 or 2 more. And then Fox I have to go pee and grab some more water and get ready. And Fox has to go to sleep.
Okay, no worries, Tom. Sorry, man. Yeah, I gotta go to sleep. Now, Pretzel, am I still rating you?
Yeah, if you want to.
Sick. Let's go. Oh, Tom's really chunky. Oh, sorry, dude. Alright, let me just go up to Tom. Tom did a chunky paragraph?
Where the chunky paragraphs at? Where they at? I don't see him. Oh, it was a while ago?
Like ages ago? Mr. Streamers and some combat streamers summon to each other. Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, that is a good point.
That's an expense. I expense that.
Oh, Bacon, man. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for the like, man.
I consider that an expense. I take that from my revenue.
Yeah, that's alright. It's a tax expense for me. Thanks, guys, to the cast. Been so appreciate the full fast. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Battlemoth, for joining in. No, it's been good. And
I was hoping... I didn't realize the Melondor one would
did I miss my
go
question?
on for so long.
What was your question, Fennel? Did we answer it?
Yeah, it was about the expenses. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, sorry, Fennel, you missed it.
It'll be on YouTube. But I did want to end on... Okay, Fox, what are some... Just off the top of your head, it doesn't have to be exhaustive.
Okay.
What are some harsh truths that you think that people need to hear?
You won't
that they don't want to hear.
You would not be a partner.
You won't be. Nope.
You're not that good or funny or entertaining as you think you are. The amount of hours to put... This is a self-employed business. So the average self-employed business fails because the person doesn't realize how much work you actually have to put in to make it thingo. So just be prepared to be alone for a long time and have a lot of people not understand you. What the fuck? What?
Here's one. Just because you're a good viewer and a good chatter doesn't mean you will be a good streamer.
Oh, there we go. Actually, yeah, there you go. That's probably the thing I want to say. And
the other one which we kind of talked about is that I would say that actually being live on camera is probably about 25% of the work.
You might think you're a sick cunt, but you probably are a dog cunt. That's thanks, Suckerwiz. Australian words of wisdom.
Here's another one. If someone's encouraging you to stream and they actually haven't watched you stream,
oh my god,
then it doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
Honestly, what are they basing that on?
If you can't play a game, get people engaged, and then you change game and get those people to stay with you, you're probably not that funny or entertaining. because they were just there for the game.
There is, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with. There are some games that are just like that. Dark Souls is just like that, and you have to know that going in. You're going to get a number boost. You're going to get weirdos that want to chat to you, and as soon as you switch, they're leaving. And if you're okay with that and you understand that, then that's fine. Make sure you're playing it because you want to play it.
Probably goes like that too. I could imagine that. I know, right? Jane asked me why you don't stream. I asked him, I know my limits. Well, the thing is, Drag, that you're going to university to get a teaching degree. You're probably going to love being a teacher. What's the point of being a streamer if you're going to be a teacher? That you're probably going to enjoy teaching.
And I have said this so many times, and I'm going to keep saying it. There is nothing wrong with being a good viewer. Twitch would not exist if there were not good viewers.